Hello, Capricorn risings. This new moon is in your 10th house. Libra is your 10th house of career, public reputation, your outer world self. And so there is some balancing act that you're having to do there, especially with relationships, maybe to people at work, maybe to people at home. Jupiter has been in Aries in your fourth house of home and family. So there's been a lot of motivation and energy there, even emotional security. So home, family, emotional security. You've been doing a lot of soul searching, putting in a lot of work. Now, work is the wrong word. Action is the right word for fourth house. But now the new moon's in your 10th house of career, and it requires a certain balancing act now. Like you need to have some ideas about what you want for your outer world and communicate who you are to the outer world. Now, the Venus and Mercury are in your ninth house of philosophy, spirituality, and travel. And so there's some honesty that you're having to, like, some almost like spiritual honesty. You're having to be clear about what you believe to people around this time. Pluto's in your first house of self, which is like really empowering you and your identity and who you are. Are you sure about what you believe? That's what I want to ask you. So this is encouraging you to really get philosophical. It really is. And talk about the deep things in life with your partners, with your relationships. Okay. Mars is in your sixth house of health and daily life and routine. And so to a certain extent, your routine may undergo some crazy changes. It's worth researching what your daily life needs. Yeah, definitely worth talking to your partner about as well. Like, what is our philosophy for our daily life? Like, okay, say we're going to move into a new home, we're building a home, and all of a sudden, my partner is saying that, you know, they really want to have the fridge downstairs in the basement. It doesn't work for me. I need to be honest about it, but we need to talk about our philosophies about why. That's a really mundane example, but health is also something you need to be talking about, be honest about. Both of you may be starting a new healthy goal. And I think you need to get really very clear on what you believe about your body, about health. This has a lot to do with your health and wellness and well-being. So be honest about that. So it may require you being honest with yourself as well about that. So you may need to have a little bit of an awakening on what your health needs and what your daily life needs. Like if you're a disorganized person, if you don't clean your kitchen, whatever. I mean, I'm just coming up with different options, because on October 2nd is the first quarter square of the moon in your first house of identity and self. And there may be some hard conversations that need to be had about, who you are, what your boundaries are, and what you really want for your own self, for your own body, for your own life. Okay. How much you're worth. And that's going to mean that you need to make some changes, probably. Those changes will be very clear on October 9th when the full moon is in your fourth house of home, family, and emotional security. And it's Mars ruled. It's about taking action, and we're about to have to change some things up. Okay. So you may have to, I feel like this is for Cancer risings and Capricorn risings, and to a certain extent, Libra and Aries risings. This has a lot to do with the fundamental pieces of our reality, who we are, our identity, our emotional nature, our relationships, and our career. So, yeah, if you want to be a certain thing in the outer world, if you have goals for your relationships, if you have goals for work, this is going to be a time of getting very clear and honest with yourself on what needs to happen to accomplish that. Okay. See you in 2 weeks. I wish you the best.